those who you say are accused of sedition in Delhi in the context of Disha Ravi or what we are seeing in Bengal, somewhere down the line, the government will say the law will take its own course. This is the rule of law. And to that extent, you have to wait. The fact is that in the case of the wife of Abhishek Banerjee, the controversy started when customs officials wanted to check her baggage. They said there was a significant quantity of gold. You've got situations where the government could turn and say, let the rule of law prevail.
That's exactly what happened. They took it to the court and it was dismissed in the courts. The complaint was dismissed in the courts. They didn't have anything on. They didn't have anything. The customs reports to the central government. So if they had the goods on her or any member of the Trinamool, why didn't they take action? Why was the case dismissed? I'm asking you. I'm asking you. If everything they say that so-and-so is corrupt, so-and-so is corrupt, so-and-so is corrupt, just by the BJP coming out with their fake propaganda machine and using their Goebbels doctrine of repeating something umpteen times so it becomes the truth, by repeating a lie 100 times does not make it the truth. So number one, but just because they think somebody's corrupt, they'll keep repeating it doesn't make it the truth. If they've got evidence, why haven't they prosecuted people? Why haven't they prosecuted? Why aren't we all in jail? I'm asking you the same question. Why aren't we all in jail? That's not the point. The second thing is when you look at something like Disha Ravi, when you look at something like Disha Ravi, what is this government doing? What is this government doing? You're picking up 21-year-old kids and slapping sedition charges on them. I think it is high time. Today I read Dharmendra Rana's order, and I think that's one thing that the judiciary also should come out with, is to say that the next time the police go in and pick people up on these frivolous charges, the police will be penalized. Because that's when the police will realize that to put people in for such frivolous charges at the beck and at the calling of their political masters is, is not going to hold. And I think that's something that the judiciary must take as a logical next step to all of this that is happening. You're using investigating agencies. If somebody is booked under an FIR, the CBI comes in and books you for something. After 5 years or 6 years, you're declared innocent. What happens to those 6 years of your life? What happens? I'm asking you.
I only ask the question, ma'am. The answers have to be. No, you make an interesting observation that you believe the police, if they put trumped up charges, there must be action against the police. But I want to ask you this, Zafar Islam. Just a minute, ma'am.
In cases of sedition, in cases of UAPA, in draconian cases, where people are not given.
May I just respond?
Do you think this is something that investigating agencies
can I just respond, please?
There is no recourse to law.
You make your point.
If somebody is booked under sedition or booked under UAPA, they have no recourse to law.
Okay, you made your point. Zafar Islam, the question I want to ask you is, before the 2014 elections, the BJP had said that if they came to power, they would act against a Robert Vadra, that Robert Vadra would go to jail, that Robert Vadra was corrupt. Now, before a Bengal election, you are saying Abhishek Banerjee is corrupt, his family is corrupt, they will also face the law. What has happened with Robert Vadra? You haven't acted against him in the manner that you had promised to do before the elections. This gives the impression that you use all of this as a weapon of intimidation, as a weapon to create a mahal, an environment, and eventually don't act on it. It's an election weapon for you.
Let me respond.
To put your opponents on the defensive.
No. See, we are not judiciary. We are not independent agencies. Independent agencies does their work. They do their work, and it is the judiciary which will eventually convict a corrupt person. It is not the political party or the government's responsibility to convict anyone. It is something which is a case which is pending in the law of the court of the law. Is something you can't hold us responsible for that. First, secondly, I must again compliment Mahua for preaching something which is really good for the society, and I'm sure that she should preach first to Kolkata police, that they should not do something where they can be penalized, and they are only doing things as per the instruction of the Mamata Banerjee's office, or for that matter TMC's goons. They are giving protection to TMC's goons, and something which everyone knows, that all the goons of the TMC are getting protection from the local and state administration, and something that I think you should preach to Kolkata police, that if you indulge in something, you will be penalized.
Okay,
something
so,
which is not being
so,
done
so
in
you
Calcutta,
want the
but you're
Kolkata
preaching
police
to
penalized,
convert.
she wants the Delhi police
not
penalized.
practicing.
You know, all of this shows, all of this
I have to say
suggests,
one point.
no, one
Let
minute.
me put in.
All of this suggests in a way that political parties see the police and enforcement agencies as the handmaidens. But very quickly, Mahua Moitra, let's be honest, you can't take the moral high ground on this one, because the fact is, when your party has been in power either at center or indeed in Kolkata, you too are accused of using these agencies or the police force to serve political masters. The problem is, in this country, we are using 19th century laws to guide the police force, which is why the police is a handmaiden of their political masters, be it in Kolkata or be it in Delhi.
Rajiv, I'd like to make one connection. We've never been at the center. We've been an alliance partner within the UPA, but we have never been the central government. Number one, we've never had the home ministry, or we've never had a prime minister from our party. So I think that to say that we've been at the center.
You were part of the UPA, ma'am.
Number one, under UPA, we are alliance partner. We had one cabinet berth and 6 MOSs, so it's not quite the same thing as running the center. Number one. What is very interesting is that you say that the Calcutta police is giving, we can't take the moral high ground, that the police in West Bengal are giving protection to TMC's goons. Wonderful. I take Zafar's argument for what it is. If the Calcutta police or the West Bengal police are giving protection to TMC's goons and giving them what? 2 security guards, 2 policemen to guard their houses, those same so-called goons who have defected now to the Trinamool are not just getting police protection, they are getting X, Y, Z plus category protection, 17, 18, CISF, CRPF, BSS, SSB people guarding them 24/7. So yes, West Bengal police gave TMC so-called goons 2 policemen. You have gone and given them 17 policemen at the exchequer's expense. So I think the jury's out on that one, Raj.
I think it is my old saying, "Hamam mein sab nange hai," but go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, Zafar Islam, you can counter that.
No. All I can say that we have lost more than 120 workers in West Bengal, and all have died or murdered by TMC goons. And I'm somebody who is joining our party. They need to be given protection, because we know there's a goon outside who is getting support from the local administration and the state administration, and they will be.
So it's now a question of the Trinamool goons versus your agencies.
Their safety and security is a responsibility, which unfortunately the state administration is not overly concerned about. Bharatiya Janata Party's Karyakarta, or for that matter, people who have joined Bharatiya Janata Party. But they are overly concerned about the goons and providing protection to those goons.
Okay, let's leave it there. Mahua Moitra.
So you take our goons and you protect them. We do a deal. Why don't you just take all our goons and you protect them? Saves us all the money. Saves our police. Saves our. I think that's a very good.
Ma'am, this is all at the taxpayers' money. Let's leave it for, give our taxpayers a bit of a break. Mahua Moitra.
Time has come for you to go, Mahua.
Okay.
You have lost the confidence of people, and I'm sure that this time we will have the opportunity to serve the people of
I hope so. As long as you all don't misuse agencies and the police force and serve the people, we'll be okay with that. Thank you both very much for joining me here on my face-off right at the top of the news today. Let's turn